Hey, good morning, YouTube. It's been a very long time since I've posted on here, but I have been feeling really inspired and motivated to post here lately. And I have a lot of life updates to share with you guys, so I'm ready to get myself into a routine of filming every single week and getting more content out to you guys. So stick along for the ride and let's get into this whole life update. Okay, so it's about 10:51 a.m. here out here in the lovely Oahu, Hawaii. And I am starting off drinking some coffee and I'm gonna go take some of my citrus bergamot, which, if you remember from my last video, is something that my coach recommended because my LDL cholesterol is a little high and we want to keep my cardiovascular health in check. So I'm gonna go take that real quick. So here it is. And it actually does taste like citrus. So, sometimes when you take like fish oil and you get fish oil burps, kind of the same thing with this whole citrus bergamot. So sometimes I burp and it tastes like citrus. So down the hatch we go. Perfect. So try to take this like 30 minutes before your meal and take it on a fasted stomach is the best time to take it. Kind of similar to a statin where you typically take that in the evening because when you go to rest and recover, that's when your liver is making the most repairs and your liver has a lot to do with your cholesterol production. So that's why when individuals are taking statins, you take it in the evening typically. Just a little nursing stuff in case you were wondering. So, life updates, you may notice my hair is darker. I'm in a new kitchen. So, in the meantime, since I've last filmed, I have moved from the windward side of Oahu to the town side, which makes my work commute so much better. I'm really digging this dark hair, and I decided next week I'm getting my extensions put in, which is really cool because my hair's really grown. So, I'm definitely trying to bring the kind of like Janet Leugh type of look to the stage next time. So I kind of want like not jet black hair like Ashley Kay, but definitely like dark brown is kind of what I'm going for. Nice, long, luscious, smooth brown hair to the stage. So I'm gonna go make a pre-workout snack, but I just wanted to show you guys my new kitchen. So let me go make some Rice Krispie treats. Rice Krispie treats, I fucking wish. Some Rice Krispies cereal, 60 grams of that, a protein shake, and 100 grams of mixed berries, which I've just been loving strawberries lately. So, strawberries it is. Okay, hopefully you don't hear my cats playing, aka fighting with each other in the background. So, I'm still in my off season right now. I don't have plans to compete this year, not until 2023, so next year. But there's a lot of things that could change my timeline. So originally, my coach and I were thinking this show called the Stingray Classic in Hawaii, which is in April of 2023. It actually lands on my brother's 30th birthday. So in a way, playing the whole numbers game, I feel like that's like a sign of like a blessing from the universe. Like this would be a really good date to really try your best and shoot for this date. Like, in a way, I feel like the stars align. Anybody else kind of play that numbers game or try and like think of a reason why a certain date would be the best of the best? So, but there's a few things that could change that. So ultimately, I just really love this whole building process. I'm loving my off season. I'm loving seeing my changes. I'm loving adding in all this tissue. It's really my true first good off season. So the first time I competed, I didn't really have an off season. I was so disappointed that I got third call outs that I was just ready for vengeance, and I was ready to go back and hit the stage again. Because the first time I was considered not lean enough. That was my feedback from the judges. And I got third call outs. So I had switched coaches, went with Team Mahaley, and I was kind of doing more of like a maintenance phase and then going into a cut. But then I got accepted into grad school, the pandemic hit, and shows were canceled. And so basically bodybuilding just kind of shifted in my mind. Like my perspective was, oh, this is just not right for me. So then I just kind of went back to my average lifestyle, which for me, I've always not been the best at, like I've made healthy choices, but I was never the best at understanding how much my caloric intake and how much I can take on. So I always end up with a little bit more adipose tissue rather than like making lean gains. So my first off season was kind of a scrap. So this off season has been really cool to see like how it's properly conducted, how you do it, and I'm really loving the process. So that's the first thing, is like I almost want to take like 2 years off because I'm really loving this. The other thing is I'm considering getting a breast augmentation, which would also influence my timeline. So if I were to start prep in October/November for the April show, because my coach and I have decided a long prep would be best for her to understand my body, how it works, and you could just take things slow and do refeeds, diet breaks, all that good stuff, which I think is an awesome plan. I love that. We're on the same message here, same flow. So if I were to do that, I don't have enough PTO until I would have enough by November, and I would probably financially have enough by November. So that would delay my cut too. So yeah, that's a little thing to think about. Okay, had to move over to the couch in very typical Andy fashion. My camera was dying, so I had to plug it in, and this is the easiest way for me to do that. So welcome to my living room. So this video is just kind of like a general overview of life updates. I'll take you into the gym for a workout. Maybe I'll show you a full day of eating. Honestly, being on a meal plan, I don't find it very exciting for you guys. So the only thing that I've really switched lately, if you've been watching my videos, is instead of cream of rice, I'm eating Rice Krispie cereal instead for my pre-workout snack. So that's been a really good switch for me because honestly, I was just getting very sick and tired of cream of rice, and I'm just loving this change. So even though people talk a lot of smack about meal plans, I'm extremely happy with mine. And if you ever have any problems with your meal plan, just ask yourself why. And if it's a matter of, oh, this is plain and boring, just add some spices. I mean, I was starting to think that yesterday. I was like, man, not really in the mood for this chickpea pasta and egg whites. So you know what, I kind of divvied it up, I changed it. So I wanted to do kind of like a Cajun seasoning. Ended up tasting more of like, kind of tasted more Mexican than Cajun, but that's beside the point. But I really enjoyed it, and it made my meal plan so worth it. So still hitting my goals, still hitting my macros, and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving my food, it's good for me, it digests well, so I'm still on my meal plan. I'm in my mini cut right now, so I don't really have like how many macros I have on deck right now. I don't have it memorized because I'm just following my meal plan. So I want to say I'm probably, I don't know, I was around 320 carbohydrates. So maybe I'm down to like 280, I don't know. Protein is still holding steady around 130 to 140. And fats, I don't know, like 50 to 60, I don't know. I would really have to look. I mean, she does have it laid out, so all I have to do is go in my Google Drive and I can look in the box in the corner. It actually tells me how much my macronutrients are in my meal plan in case I ever do want to switch anything out, but I've just been consistent and very happy, so I don't really need to. Okay, so that was about my diet, so let's get into some of the training stuff. So I've been following the same program since November, which is when I started with my new coach, Olivia Gravengard. And that's when I was making the switch to get into figure. And just let me start over. So coming into training, so 5 days a week of training, mostly upper body focused because I was, here's a hint about what we'll be talking about, was going for figure training. So it was more so 3 days a week was upper body focus, so push, pull, and then we had an upper body split, which is like a bit of pushing and pulling exercises, mainly back focused, and then 2 leg days. So that's what training was like. I trained pretty much to failure or like 1 to 2 reps in reserve, and each week I progressively overload just by increasing like 2.5 pounds, even like at the least for every exercise. And I've been using my logbook to keep track of that. So recently I caught COVID and I couldn't be in the gym for like about a week. I was in quarantine for a week, which is what they recommend now. And when I returned to the gym, I was just so fatigued. I was deconditioned. My heart rate was, well, first off, my resting heart rate was almost double of what it normally is. And that had a lot to do with the fact that I was febrile. I had a fever, but on another note, like that was not normal for me. So I could actually feel my heart racing in the gym, even just like with my warm-up sets. So that was not comfortable. And I was fatiguing out quite early and I wasn't as strong. So it really brought me down into this little hole. But that's the thing with the mindset, it just kind of comes in waves, comes and goes. But during COVID, when I wasn't able to go into the gym and lift because I was in quarantine, and plus I felt like booty, like I did not feel like doing anything except for laying in my pity in bed for days on end because it hit me hard, even though I'm vaccinated. Like, go get your vaccines, guys. This hits hard. And I'm a healthy individual who's only 26. So on another note, during COVID and I was laying in bed, I had a lot of time to think. And that's what's really cool about this sport is there's so much progress mentally that, I mean, this is definitely a mental sport. Everyone talks about it, everyone agrees, but it truly is. And it gave me a lot of time to understand what my goals are and what I want from myself. What are my ultimate goals? And as I got to think about it more, I love figure to death. I really do. But I do feel like bikini has my heart, and it always has. I know because I was always following Bikini Nation on YouTube. I look forward to her videos every single week. Anytime there's a national show or shows, I'm always looking to see who's getting that pro card and just following everybody's journeys. And I follow more bikini competitors than I do figure competitors. And I'm almost more excited for the bikini girls. Just like something in my heart was telling me, like, you want to become a bikini competitor, but you want to be the beefiest, cakiest figure bikini competitor there is. Like, I'm tired of being small, and I think that's all that it really comes down to. So I messaged my coach about that during check-ins, and I think next week we'll be switching over to more of a bikini style training. So it'll be like 3 days a week of glute focused leg days and then only 2 upper body days is what I'm assuming it's going to be. That's kind of what we talked about. So I'm just waiting for her to turn on the green light and say, let's go and do that plan. So that'll be my first change of training plan since November, which is really exciting. It'll bring on new challenges and I'm really excited for that. But also during COVID, like I said, I had a lot of time to think. So there's a lot of things I'll be doing differently. Like, I'm trying to go all in during bodybuilding, for this bodybuilding lifestyle. Like, I know this is for me. I feel it in my heart. I don't have any doubts, and I'm ready to go all in. So yeah, so a lot of my choices are going to be reflecting that, and I'll take you guys along with me for this crazy journey of bodybuilding that I love so much. So another thing that I'll be doing differently is switching off of oral contraceptive and going for the alternative, which is a copper IUD, which has no hormones at all. So I feel like this is going to be a very interesting experiment on my part. I've been on birth control since I was 14 years old. Initially, I was put on birth control because I was estrogen dominant, and I think we were just trying to get rid of my heavy periods. And then also, like, I was getting to those teenage years, and I do feel like my parents were very paranoid. So that was also another reason. Since I've been into lifting weights and reducing my body fat and like adjusting my hormones, I don't have any issues with estrogen dominance anymore. I don't see any signs or symptoms of it. Honestly, I tolerate birth control really well from a bodybuilding standpoint, but there are two factors that really play into this. One, I do still get very, very nauseous on birth control, so I wake up in the middle of the night and I have to throw up. So that's not nice and kind of TMI, but if anyone can relate, like, I just want to get this out there for you to know that you're not alone. And then the second thing is just the amount of studies that I've read about like how hormones can affect how you're putting on muscle. And I feel like that is a huge factor for me. I feel like maybe I put on muscle at the same rate as other individuals. I won't really know because this is my first official off season. But like I said, sorry y'all, obviously my camera had died. So like I was saying, I'm just trying to go all in. So that's the other factor that contributed to this. So I have an appointment next week to figure out when I'm going to get that put in. And also next week is when I get my hair extensions. So I'm so excited for that. And then I don't have my breast augmentation consultation until August. So yeah. So that's a little bit about my training, life updates, my diet. So today I'm going to be taking you guys either through a leg day or through my upper body day. So we'll see. Yeah. Okay guys, so I am dressed for the gym, but I actually was FaceTiming my mom for quite a while this morning. So it's running about 1:15 in the afternoon. So I actually want to get another meal in before I go to the gym, just because I'm going to be there a while. It already takes me an hour to an hour and a half to get through my training. And I have 35 minutes of assigned cardio to do. Plus I'm not at work today, so I haven't been on my feet. So I have about 10,000 steps to catch up on. So I'm going to be in the gym for a while, and it just makes, from a time management standpoint, it makes sense to get another meal in. So if I would have organized my day better, obviously I would have gotten my workout out of the way and time efficiency would be a lot better. So traditionally throughout the week, I have my breakfast, I go to work, have my lunch, have my pre-workout snack, workout, and then I have my post-workout meal, which is dinner, and that works very well for me. But on weekends, my time management can be a little construed because I have a little bit more freedom with my schedule and I'm not so like looking at the time on everything. So that's why it's so incredibly important in bodybuilding to develop habits and to have a established routine, so that way all of your variables are lined up and all the boxes are check marked off. So I don't want to say I messed up, I don't want to put it that way. I need to kind of regain some of the steps that I've kind of lost this morning. So I need to get on the ball. So I'm going to eat my next meal, which is going to be 2 eggs, 100 grams of egg beaters, 50 grams of oatmeal, and 100 grams of a banana. So that's typically my breakfast on training days. And like I said, I woke up with full intentions of just like, let's get this workout done. So I ate my pre-workout meal first instead of breakfast. So that was kind of my idea. But then like family always comes first. So mom really, really wanted to talk to me. So of course I'm gonna make the time for her, and I'm never gonna cut her short. Like, I'm not gonna be like, okay mom, sorry, like I gotta get to the gym. Like, I'm never gonna do that. You need to value your parents while you still have them around. And especially in my case, because she's 3,500 miles away from me. Like, she's literally an ocean in like 50 states away from me, just about, because she's in Indiana, I'm in Hawaii. So, and we're a 6-hour time difference. So it's incredibly important to me to be able to talk to her for however long she wants to talk, however long I want to talk. So that's a little bit of my life. So let's go make some breakfast slash brunch slash I don't even know. So I'm gonna eat this and then we're going to get to the gym. Already drank some pre-workout, so I'm feeling good. And let's go. We're gonna do an upper body workout today and 35 minutes of cardio. And we have a kitten who just jumped up here who doesn't want me to leave. He wants me to stay here and snuggle with him. Isn't that right, CG? Oh my gosh, he makes it so hard to leave. He's also the reason why I have so much fur on my pants. All right, let's go make some brunch, I think is what I'm gonna call it. Let's go make some brunch. Okay, got some oatmeal here. This is 50 grams. Well, it's about to be 50 grams. Kind of overshot here. Choop. I really need to get to the grocery store today because that was only 57 grams of egg whites and I don't have any more left. So let's see what we can do because I still have eggs and technically I can move the yolk out of the way. So yeah, let's do that. I just want to thank my mom for teaching me how to do this. Oh shoot, I already did it wrong. Okay. Here we go. Almost like threw that down the drain. Okay. So you just kind of use this back and forth motion and let the egg white fall through. So like super helpful in certain recipes. So when they talk about having fresh egg whites in baking, this is usually what they mean. So they just like take it straight from the egg. Okay, that's the shell. That's not gonna work. Guess you could do it this way too. Just like make a small hole. That's 52, so that's exactly what I need. So, obviously you guys are not gonna judge me because this is my coffee cup from earlier that I washed out. Yeah, we're not gonna judge here. Okay. There we go. Now we're at 100 grams of egg whites. I would say 99% of the time I don't add cinnamon to my oatmeal, but I kind of was wanting it last night. Just like a random craving for like cinnamon. So I'm gonna put some of that in there. And then of course my sugar-free maple syrup by Maple Grove Farms. This one is the best sugar-free maple syrup in my opinion. It tastes the best. It's got that buttery flavor. It's really good. Okay, 100 grams of banana going in. That's probably... Perfect. Okay, so y'all can judge me as much as you want because I just went ahead and put my eggs in the same bowl as my banana and oatmeal. And I'm gonna eat it as such because honestly, I don't really mind. I don't mind changing up the flavor and combining them. So I know some people are just like total freaks about that. They can't have their foods, different foods touching on the same plate, but your girl can, and that's how I'm gonna do it so I can save dishes because I don't have a dishwasher and I hate washing dishes over and over. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat this and then we'll get to the gym for an upper body workout. Here at the gym, about to get this upper body workout in. So I got my logbook here. So I noticed the biggest thing that has helped me put on muscle is logging my workouts on a piece of paper, like actually writing it down and keeping track of it, and actually utilizing the principles of progressive overload. So for me, that looks like adding weight each week and trying to increase the amount of reps and just like mind to muscle connection. So I'm trying mostly to add just like 2.5 pounds to literally anything more that I can get to progressively overload. When I very first started weightlifting, I never knew this principle. I was never taught this. I had no idea what it was. So I was working out very intensely and I was going to failure, but I couldn't tell you for certain if I was actually progressing each week. So that's been like the biggest game changer, is just actually keeping track and putting it in a logbook. So those are my two things to guarantee you success in a training program. Log your workouts and learn progressive overload and apply it. It's going to make a huge difference. So we'll be starting off with some shoulder width neutral grip rows. I'm not going to be wearing my earbuds because I'm on call for work and I have to be able to hear my pager in case it goes off. So it's going to be one of those workouts where I just have to zone in and really focus and try to not listen to anything on the outside world. Only thing I'm concerned about is my lift and making sure I don't miss a stimmy.
Creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin. Temptation within. Mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
upper body day is all finished, so all I really have left is to do some abdominal work and to do my cardio. I have been using the Stairmaster, but now that my cardio is all the way up to 35 minutes a day instead of just like 20 or 15 minutes, I've been using the treadmill incline just because, I mean, you can't really recover as well, I think, when you're pushing yourself on the Stairmaster as much as I am, especially when I'm already getting like 12 to 17,000 steps a day, depending on when I work. So you can only make so much progress if you are not recovering adequately. So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to get on the treadmill here, incline it, and go for 35 minutes. Sorry, it's really loud. So gonna do that and then do some abdominal work, and then I'm finally out of here and time for my post-workout meal. So here we go. Okay, so all pow with that workout, which is Hawaiian word for finished. So now I'm gonna go home and get my post-workout meal in. That session felt really good, which is so much of a change from when I was recovering from COVID. When I was recovering from COVID, I literally could not catch my breath. I was very fatigued. My heart rate would elevate super fast. I lost my strength. So this is like the first full week that I've been feeling on point with my workouts and feeling like I'm actually progressing once again. So that's a nice feeling. Okay, so just got back from the gym and I heated up my post-workout meal. I already had a lot of this already meal prepped ahead of time, so no big deal. But the only thing is, I was supposed to have 100 grams of the Morningstar vegan chicken, those little chicken strips that you've seen plenty of times on my channel. I have ran out, and just really goes to show how much I need to go to the grocery store. So instead I have replaced it with the Morningstar vegan sausage patties. I have 3 of them on my plate. I keep them in the freezer just as a backup plan, just in case if I ever run out of a protein source. They're so easy, they're microwavable, and they're tasty, so not bad. 200 grams of sweet potato that I just microwaved, steamed it in the microwave, and then 50 grams of avocado, which I have cut up, and then a serving of vegetables, which I just have like a medley mix, I think is what it's called, where it's cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots. So yeah, steam that in the microwave, put some salt on there, and ready to eat up. Ooh. Alright, just finished up that meal. That was super tasty, so needed after being in the gym for close to 3 hours. So super happy to have my belly full of food. Now I am going to start editing this video and maybe go to the grocery store, because I think I don't have, oh my gosh, I don't have like anything that I need at all. Like, I'm supposed to have some nutritional yeast for my pasta later, so I wouldn't even be able to show you guys because I don't even have any. So it would just be plain pasta with vegetables, and that would be my last meal of the day. So, and what I mean by pasta is the chickpea pasta, 2 ounces of it, so nothing special. So I think I'm just gonna end the video here and get to work on those 2 things. So I really appreciate you guys stopping by my channel, checking in with me, and as always, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'll put that down below here. And once again, please subscribe to my channel so you can follow along my journey as I continue on with this bodybuilding lifestyle. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope this video was helpful, and I love you all. Aloha.